we go.
All right, we're going into surfing.
Sorry. All right.
All right, you start with the
1, 2, 3,
berry.
4, 5,
Here we go.
6,
Chuck berry, nice and low. Keep going. All the way. Arms come up and butterfly right there. And down. And butterfly right there. Up. 5, 6, 7, 8 down. 5, 6, 7, 8 up. Down. Nice and tight. Keep going. The bird. Like Prince used to do all the time. Twist. Other side. Keep going. Keep going. One more time. All right, we're gonna shake it down into a push-up. Here we go. Little. No climbers. Push up. Surfer push up. Backstroke. Here we go. Arms. 6, 7, 8 down. 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep going. Here comes the time. Keep going. Here comes the twist. Which side? Keep going. Ah! Here comes the shaker. One more time. Chuck berry. Woo! That was an exhausting one. Oh my God, I hope you survived those push-ups. I barely did. Beth, did you survive the push-ups?
I barely survived.
I
yes.
thought so. Beth feels for me when we're doing this.
I do.
All right, we're going to go on to our last number. Before we get there, just start with a little side to side. We're cooling down. If you need to get some water, this would be a good time to do it.
Shall we?
Come on.
All right.
I'm cooling down. This song is for the most part meant to cool you down, but there will be some windmills, which will go like this. Take it nice and light, because we are cooling down. All right, Beth, I'm ready.
Okay.
You're going to march into the intro here.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, here we go. We're going to touch.
7, 8.
Knees, waist, shoulders up. Keep going. Keep in mind, we're cooling down. Here comes the big sunshine hand. One side, other side. Sounds pretty. Get ready for the windmill. 5, 6, 7, 8 and windmill. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and back. Ah! Forward. And back. 7, 8, keep going. Lots of windmills. Touch it. Reach it high. Ah! Move crisscross. Here we go. 3, 4, 5. Raise it up. And bring it down. Again, up. And down. Get ready for some Pulp Fiction. Here we go.
I don't know where, but she sends me there.
Keep going.
My.
To the side.
My,
Ah.
what a lady.
Switch it up. Pantomime. You're in a box. Feel it. Know it. 50s roll.
Gotta keep those good vibrations happening with her.
Or not so high.
Gotta keep those loving good vibrations happening with her.
Sing it, man.
Gotta keep those loving good vibrations
Here comes the
happening.
pantomime. Here we go. Ah, in a box. Roll it. Here comes the windmill. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep going. Do it again. And back. Ooh, lots of windmills here. Or you can just get bored. And back. There's always ways to modify. And back. I feel like Bart Simpson. And forward. Pulp Fiction. To the end. Woo! All right. Hopefully you've cooled down. Oh my God, that's the doorbell! That means our Mr. Guest is on his way. Since today's theme was sort of a Polynesian, Hawaiian surfing theme, I brought on not only our frequent director, Nash, otherwise known as Surfball to you, to talk about surfing a little bit.
A little bit, yeah, and do some stretching. And since
So-
you're all warmed up,
Yes, I am, my God.
this is, it's a good thing to, and when you're starting up any sport, is to stretch and warm up. So
Right.
you're in a good condition. Now, I know there are 20-something-year-old surfers out there going, stretch?
P-Shaw, wait until you're 30.
Give it a couple years. Yeah, you'll know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And here, surfing is kind of a sport where you need to be able to separate. So we're going to do some things with separation and isolating certain muscles. And let's
Okay.
start with the core. Okay.
Okay.
Now, good thing is for your back to stretch it. There are two ways to do this. One is to stretch forward with a straight back as far as you can, and keeping your hips lined with the bottom, your ankles.
Okay.
Okay. And then just hold that stretch for a few seconds.
Okay, so this is sort of like a deadlift.
Yeah, you could do a deadlift from this position, exactly, if you're a weightlifter.
Renee on camera number 2 really likes the deadlift.
Oh, okay. And it's always good to hold a stretch for 15 or 20 seconds, a good long time. So
Longer than you think, really, huh?
Right, yeah. And then just slowly come up. Now, the second way to stretch your back is to curve your back.
Okay.
So a lot of people get confused as what's the right way to do it. They're both right as long as you know what you're doing and you intend to do that particular thing.
Okay.
And usually with the curved back, you can go down a lot lower. Now, some people can do this with a straight back. I'm not one of them.
Me neither. No, me neither.
And it's been a couple decades since I was. So we'll just hold this stretch
Okay.
and touch the floor. Hold your hands, palms flat on the floor if you can.
Close.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Getting there.
And bend your knees a little bit is okay.
Okay.
You don't have to keep them locked straight, and then slowly come up your spine, vertebrae by vertebrae,
Okay.
just like you're a puppet, marionette being lifted up, and your neck is the last thing to come up.
Oh, that felt good.
Doesn't it?
It really does. It does. And it's amazing how often I don't do it when I should be.
Yeah. Stretching is the thing that a lot of people really
Forget.
for short shift. They've done their exercises and they think, okay, I'm done. And it really is good to stretch out those muscles for a lot of reasons. We can't really go into. One is it releases certain chemicals. It also helps flush out toxins. And
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
When you see a shark, what do you do?
Run.
All right, in the water. You just
Run.
Just start booking it.
You walk
Whoa.
on water. Okay, somebody's
Shark.
watching behind
Shark.
us. Shark. Actually, that's important because we're getting into Sharktober here.
Right.
It is the season where you will see sharks at Ocean Beach more than typically.
And so when you're on your period, you probably shouldn't be in the water, right?
You know, I've always wondered about that.
I recall a story where somebody got eaten.
Okay. Well, that clears it up for me.
Don't worry, I'm full of knowledge.
I know that one time I was standing in ankle-deep water, and somehow my surfboard got away from me,
Yeah.
and a wave flipped it up, and it hit me right here,
Ooh.
and I don't know if you can see the scar. Took a couple stitches to close it up, and that was the end of the day for me.
How do you think that could have been avoided? A good surfing tip.
Well, a good surfing tip is, the best surfing tip is that there's no way to make it absolutely safe.
Right,
Okay.
and just always keep that in mind.
You always have to keep that in mind. When you step into the ocean, you're in the wilderness.
Right.
And there's a lot of stuff out there that can go on. Particularly, your waves are not always predictable. They can
Right.
do a lot of things. So you need to be aware of that. In this case, it was a wave that was bigger than the rest of them coming in ankle-deep water, and it was able to flip the board up. So you've got to be really cognizant of where your board is and
Yes.
what the waves are doing.
Now, where do you surf at?
I surf at Ocean Beach mostly.
Right, and that's
Yeah.
a particularly dangerous beach, right?
It is. It can be very dangerous, and I've had people. I've been swimming and surfing out there for few years now, and I know the beach pretty well. And people come up to me and ask me, especially with children, where is it safer than? And
Could you explain like what a rip curl is or a undertow? Are those the right terms?
Well, there's a lot of slang terms that go with them too, but definitely the undertow, particularly for small people, or if you're weak in your knees and hips in any way. You've got to know that the wave that comes in is also going to go out, and it goes out underneath another wave that's coming in. And so that force of that water drags on you, and it can pull you out if you fall. You have to be a good swimmer.
All right, and so I'm going to suggest to get your swimming chops in order.
Yeah.
To not only join us for Funky Fitness first Sunday of every month at 10 a.m., but to also maybe get a gym membership.
Yeah. Yeah, to be a good swimmer, you have to be a strong swimmer, particularly if you're in the ocean anywhere, I think.
Right.
But particularly at Ocean Beach.
Right.
And if you do see a shark, report it. There's an excellent website, surfpulse.com, that's located here in the city. And they have a part, what do you call it? A section where you can report shark sightings. And it is
cool.
very important to report them so we can keep track over the years of, what is normal amount of shark and what is, when it
Yeah, we wouldn't want an
becomes more.
abnormal amount of shark. All right,
Okay.
well, Brandon Nash, Surfball,
Yes.
thank you very much
I have
for...
many names.
yes, a man of many names. A renaissance man, really.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us today on Funky Fitness.
You're welcome.
I very much appreciate it.
I love being here. I love this show. It's great.
We love that you're here. Thank you. All right. Thank you all for joining us. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Everyone in.